best fans in the Premier League are... Hey guys, Smithboy here. Now today we're back with a brand new video. I'm going to be bringing you the best fans in the Premier League. If you've not seen part 1 to this video where I did the Championship version, go check that out. Very interesting and in my opinion rather accurate. Skip that out. I'm going to be ranking the Premier League fans from home attendances, away attendances, home limbs, away limbs, chants, and even how loud fans are. Just before we get on with the video, if we could hit 80 likes, that'd be much appreciated. Like and subscribe. We're on the way to 5,000 subscribers. I worked out yesterday, I'm only something like 2,500 subscribers behind Rotherham's actual YouTube page. That is absolutely mental. How this video is going to work, it's going to pretty much work like the league table. The 20th club being, in my opinion, the worst fans in the Premier League, probably should go down to the Championship, and the top club, so the first club, are just elite. Let's get on with the video. If you don't know who I am the Rotherham vlogger, Smithboy. Go home and away. I also go to other games as well to experience what their atmosphere and what it's like. I've done most Premier League grounds, so I have a rough idea where I'm going to put people. If I think your team is lower than what it should be, don't get too disheartened. It's simply just my opinion. Starting off at the bottom, the worst fans in the Premier League for me are Bournemouth. The reason for this, they're a very small club. They don't take many fans home and away. I've never actually been to Bournemouth. That's one ground I've never been to. But from videos and pictures, at home they don't sell out, away they don't sell out. But that also means I've got a lot of respect for the fans that do turn up, the loyal fans. That's what I love to see, supporting your local team. Let's move on. Coming in at 19th place is Burnley. I've been to Burnley's ground a couple of times versus Chelsea and Everton. I've vlogged them games. If you want to go see them, they are on this YouTube page. In fact, I would advise you not to go check them out, as I did them well before I hit puberty, and yeah, I was probably one of them annoying kids starting off chants. The reason I put Burnley in 19th, second to bottom, is because in fact they never sell out at home. I've seen Burnley away fans once, but that was in the FA Cup. They did sell out that away game. It was against Manchester City, but they wasn't loud. In fact, I barely heard him. The only time I did hear him is when they scored. I think it was Ashley Barnes, I can't remember. But yeah, they've not got great fans. They sit down away from home, and I just don't like it when fans sit down away from home. I feel like you can be a lot louder, show your passion more if you stood up. The 18th club of this video, Norwich. The reason for this, when they're doing very well in the Championship last season when I went, there was decent fans. However, this season, where's all them decent fans gone? I've also seen Norwich away fans a couple of times and they're not the best. But then I do feel like I'm being a bit harsh on them, as it's miles away for the Norwich fans to travel for each away game. Coming in at 17th place, not really much to say about this club, but it's Watford. I've been in the Watford away end once, and again, fans were sitting down. It was against Huddersfield last season. They've got a few decent chants going. There wasn't loud, there wasn't goosebumps. Not everyone was joining in on the chants. At home, I can't actually comment as much as I would like to, because I've never actually been to the home ground. But from what I've seen from pictures, they don't really sell out, unless if they're playing a massive club such as Liverpool or Manchester United. But we move on. Not really much to say about Watford. Coming in at 16th place is the first massive club of this video, and it is probably going to cause chaos in the comment section, but it is Arsenal. The reason for this is because they've got awful home fans. They don't sell out, they don't sing. In fact, I once went to an Arsenal game in the Europa League last season, and I just remember standing there and I was like, I just can't wait for this to finish. I'm wet, I'm cold, the food's about a tenner each for one slice of pizza. It's just a nightmare. There was nothing good about being at the Emirates. I've never actually been in the Emirates in the away end. That might be a different story. It might be a good away day. If you want me to rank the best away days from the Championship and the Premier League, and even League One, let me know in the comments. However, I've seen Arsenal away fans once, and that was in the FA Cup versus Blackpool, and yet again there wasn't loud. They had a few moments where they were singing Lacazette's song, but that literally was about it. And Terrera as well, remember that one, Terrera song, and that was about it. Not the best fans. Coming in at 15th is another decent sized club. They're not absolutely massive, but it's Manchester City. The reason for Man City being so low down is simply their home fans are diabolical. I've been to the Etihad a couple of times, been in smaller games, I've been in the more important games, but it's a library. They don't sell out. It's so easy, even I can get tickets. Man City away fans I've never actually seen, but I've seen mates that have seen them, and yet again they wasn't the best. A couple of moments where they started singing players' names, and that's about it. So we move on. Not really much to say about Manchester City. Coming in at 14th are Southampton. The reason for this is because they don't really sell out, but the home fans are decent when they're singing Oh When the Saints. Not the best fans, they're not too high up, they're not the worst fans, they're not too low down. Coming in at 13th place are Brighton. The reason Brighton are in 13th place is because they've not got the best fans, they've not got the worst fans. They're in the middle. They don't sell out, they're not as good games such as Burnley, Sheffield United and Watford, but apart from them couple of odd games, they sell out. The fans are, they're okay, they're alright, they're not goosebumps, they're not amazing, they're not the worst. That's why they're in 13th. We move on in to 12th place. They are the Premier League winners once. They made the whole world shocked and gassed, and it is Leicester City. I know a couple of Leicester fans, and I was speaking to about this last night, and this is what kind of turned my head. What was that? What was that? They've not got the best fans at home. The numbers are there, but where are the chants? Away from home, again, they sell out most places, you've got to give it to them, but they sit down, and that is one of my worst things to ever do at a football game. They've got a good range of chants. The ones that do sing are loud. They all sing together, they are quite loud, but some sit down, some stand up. Bit of a divide between the fans. Same at my club, Rotherham really. Some want to sit down, some want to stand up. Now it's time for 11th place, and it is Everton. I've been to Everton's ground once, and that is when Rotherham played them in the cup. We lost, I think it was 3-1. To be honest, their numbers were there. I think it was like a £5 a ticket for their fans, which is decent. The numbers were there. The fans wasn't great. Their away fans, I've seen them once, and that was versus Burnley, and they wasn't the best. They did take the numbers, they sold out the away end, but they had one song, and it was that Everton song, Everton, 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 and that was literally it. In 10th place, it's Chelsea. Don't know if I'm being a bit harsh on the Chelsea fans here. I've never been to Stamford Bridge, but I've seen them in away action. They do the liquidator, whatever you call it, at the start of each home game, which I guess gets the fans going. They do sell out. Like I've said, I've seen them once in away action, and there wasn't the best. Obviously, they brought the numbers. They're a massive club. They sold out, but there was not really any chance. There was literally the 10 men went to Mo chant and Chelsea, 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 and that was literally it. Coming in at 9th are one of Chelsea's rivals, Tottenham Hotspur. Away fans, I've seen them once, but that was in the Champions League versus Manchester City, and they were decent. Here is a video of the Spurs fans after that Manchester City game. They were unreal. It was goosebumps. It was absolutely mental. We move on into 8th place, and it is an absolute massive club, one of the biggest clubs in the world. It's Manchester United. The reason for this, I've been to Manchester United's ground a couple of times. I've seen their away fans, and it is for sure their away fans are better than the home fans. The away fans are the passionate ones. Same with Chelsea really, they've got a lot of tourists, it's killing football. Obviously they get the numbers, they sell out every game, but the home atmosphere isn't the best, unless if it's a derby game, then it's average. Their away fans are loud, I've seen them a couple of times. They sing the songs, they come in the numbers, they sing their hearts out. Coming in at 7th place, this possibly, some people could argue I've put them too low down, some people I could argue I've put them too high up, and it is Manchester United's rivals, Liverpool. Now I hope my uncle is not watching this video, because he is absolutely going to kill me for only putting them in 7th place, but the reason for this is because when they're playing the not so good teams, your Burnleys, your Bournemouths, your Southamptons, At home, they're not the best. You'll Never Walk Alone, that is an absolute cracking anthem. It brings the fans together, it represents the club. I've been in the Liverpool away end once, but that was in pre-season against Bradford. They were absolutely cracking in the concourse, but here is a video. They were mental. We move on to 6th place. And in 6th place, it is Crystal Palace. Now, I have a lot of respect for Crystal Palace. I've been in their away end once, and that was in the FA Cup versus Doncaster. They have their ultras, they bring the numbers, they stand up, they're loud. Here's another video. The thing that's made me put them this high up is simply their away fans. They are unbelievable, trying to bring the ultra culture to, that rhymes, the English game. What do you think of that? Do you think more clubs should be doing the same thing as Crystal Palace? Coming in at 5th place, this is the top 5. This is where it gets even more interesting. It is Wolves. They've got cracking home atmosphere. They've got a singing section. They're loud, they're proud, they bring the numbers. They don't always, to be honest, they don't always sell out. They do away from home though. I've seen Wolves away fans once, and it's when they played Rotherham. We were 2-0 up and we messed it up. It was 2-2. Their away fans were cracking that day. It was the start of the season. Not really much to say about Wolves. They've got good fans, good range of chants, good limbs as well from what I've seen. And it is to 4th place. That spot goes to West Ham. Feel a bit sorry for West Ham. They've moved in to a new ground. It's a very nice ground, but it's not the best for atmosphere. They're very far away from the pitch. They've not got the greatest atmosphere at home. They sing Forever and Forever Blowing Bubbles at the start, brings fans together. But the reason they're this high up is their away atmosphere, their away numbers, their away limbs. It's all there. They've got loads of chants. Absolute cracking fans, and this is where I struggled. I didn't know if to put them higher up or if this is the correct spot for West Ham. The fans are passionate. I've seen them once and it was versus Manchester City and they were loud. We move on to the top 3. In 3rd place, it's a Yorkshire club. In fact, a South Yorkshire club, and that is Sheffield United. Sheffield United, I've been in their home end, I've been in their away end, I've seen their away fans, I've seen the home atmosphere, and oh my god, it's ridiculous. Their fans are, in my opinion, one of the best in the country. If you've ever seen them in away action and home action, you'll probably agree. They take the numbers, they sell out pretty much every home game, sell out every away game. This is a video at Aston Villa away where their fans were superb that game. They were 3-0 up, then the Villa boys made it 3-3. It was an absolute cracking experience, especially for the neutral. But we move on to the 2nd spot. So I'm basically revealing the 1st spot and the 2nd spot. But in the 2nd spot, it's Newcastle. And I can already imagine the Villa fans saying, come on, because they're in top spot. But the reason I put Newcastle in 2nd spot is their fans are unbelievable. The only thing that's letting them down, in my opinion, is their home atmosphere. They do sell out. They're an absolute massive club. Been to their home ground once. The atmosphere wasn't the best. They had spurts. They did beat us 4-0. They had spurts where there was good. But the thing I want to talk about here is their away fans. Have a look at this video, which is Newcastle fans at West Brom this season in the FA Cup. This is simply ridiculous. The limbs, the chanting, everything is there. But this is what everyone wants to hear about, the top spot, and it is Aston Villa. I've been to Villa Park on numerous of occasions. I've seen their away fans, their home fans. Let's talk about the home fans first. They are ridiculous. How can you get, I think their ground holds something like 42,000. How can you get 42,000 people singing at the same time? It is absolutely ridiculous. And that's why I have a lot of respect for the Villa fans. They are very passionate. They sell out. They let the other fans know what they think of them. Their away fans, I've been in it once, but I've seen their fans in away action a couple of times. When I was in it, it was actually this season versus Manchester City, and they were unreal, even though they lost. Watch this video from when Aston Villa played my team Rotherham last season, scoring and the chance. Just watch this video. They are simply unreal. Hopefully Aston Villa stay up this season. This is where I'm going to end the video. Hopefully I've not offended anyone. Like and subscribe. As I said at the start, if we can hit 80 likes, it'll be much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Look after your friends and family in the current situation, and I'll see you next time.